Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I know you guys have been bombarding me with where's Subspace Battle? I want to see Subspace Battle. So yes, I did mention at the end of the previous video that I will showcase this card. So today this is what we're going to be doing. Now my opinion on this card has not changed and I don't think it will ever change. I think this card sucks. In fact, I think this card is ass. You should not be playing that card. This is one of like the worst cards in the deck. You should never ever don't craft this shit, okay? Save your UR medals. This is ass, okay? And I'm gonna show you and tell you why it's ass, okay? First of all, now this is a normal spell, okay? So you can search it off thrust, although that doesn't make the card better. Actually makes it horrible because if you want to play thrust in the deck, you would much rather play something like D-Barrier, which wins you the duel. This loses you the duel, it doesn't win you the duel. Now, let's see what this card does. So, basically what you do, I'm not going to read all of this, I'll just summarize exactly what it does. You can't add a question mark attack monster, it has to be a monster with that's not like a question mark. What you do is you activate this effect 3 times. Both you and your opponent reveal a monster, and then the one with the highest attack gets added to the hand, the one with the lowest attack gets popped, and then that player takes 500 damage. So why do people play this in this deck? Because we have 3k monsters, which is quite high. So they, gamble at the fact that the opponent doesn't have a 3k monster. So if you play like against Branded typically does not play 3k monsters unless they play Nib. So sure, against Branded, maybe you can actually use this to your advantage. But guess what? One of the best decks at the moment is Radiant Typhoon. And guess what they have? Okay, I added an extra M there for some reason. Let's go Radiant. Now you can also like use this against Kewl Tune. I don't think they typically play 3k monsters. But these decks, like we already beat these decks anyway. It doesn't really make a difference at all. Radiant Typhoon is one of the decks we are actually weak to, and this further makes our deck weaker to them because they have Phonics, which is a 3k monster, so they just keep revealing Phonics. Now, if you don't know what happens when you reveal like a monster with both monsters equal attacks, let's say opponent goes reveal Phonics, and I reveal one of my monsters. They're all 3k. What's gonna happen is nothing. Basically, they just get shuffled back into the deck, and then it applies the effect again. And guess what you can do after that? You can reveal the Phonics again, and again, and again. The same copy of Phonics. So, they only, like, if you only play one Phonics or one Nibiru in the deck, this card, dead. It's a -1, and it also plays into Droll, really bad. And there is a big issue with this card because it's a 2-card combo, not a 1-card combo. So people might think this is a starter, when in reality it's actually not a starter. It's a 2-card combo because you need one of these small monsters, not small monsters, just any other Enneacraft monster to be able to summon the cards you add off of this. Does that make sense? Because this says, for the rest of the turn, neither player can activate the effects of monsters with any of the revealed monsters' names. So if I add like Tail, Mar, and a Atoll, I cannot use their effects to special summon themselves. I have to use a different Enneacraft that I did not reveal off of this to special summon. Now in a mirror match, if the opponent reveals one of these, I also can't use them because I think this says neither player can activate the effects of monsters with any of the revealed monsters. So even the opponent. So if the opponent reveals Ash, I cannot activate Ash Blossom for that turn. Does that make sense? So this card makes it so it has to be a 2-card combo. It is a brick otherwise. And then it also will just hard lose to decks like this. Any deck that can play 3k monsters. It can be super easy for if this deck ever becomes like too strong, which I don't think will happen. This is not going to be the case, especially moving forward with like the next sets coming out and Chaos and so on. That will just never be the case. But if that happens, theoretically, people can just play one Nibiru in their deck. And then if the opponent goes Subspace Battle, okay, I'll reveal my Nibiru. And now you're fucked. This card is ass. It's just unusable. And you just -1 for no reason. And you probably actually bricked after that, to be honest. And they can troll you, and they can just really fuck you over with this. So I think this card is actually very bad. You can see I didn't even bother crafting a third one because I don't want to waste my UR medals on this shit. It's such an ass card. After this video, I'm just gonna dismantle. Actually, I'll probably dismantle this at the end of the video. After I showcase it. This card is really, really bad. You guys should not be playing that in a competitive deck list. If you want to play it for fun, sure. Now, if you're wondering, okay, well, why do people in TCG play it? Well, TCG is different. Okay, this is a best of one format. In TCG, it's a best of three. If you main this in a best of three format, I think you're just ass. Like, I'm sorry, but your deck building is really ass. You can side this in TCG because if you can confirm your opponent does not play a 3k monster, and they don't have it in their deck, you can side this in, and then you get to actually use this to its full potential, where you can add like whatever you want going first. Okay, that is much better than you just playing this randomly in a deck, in a meta where people are playing Radiant Typhoon and all of these different decks, right? That have like 3k monsters. You are basically praying, I pray my opponent doesn't have a 3k monster, or else I'm fucked. That's what this card is. When this, could be a much better card that's way better and gonna give you so much, more plays or board breaking potential, like sphere mode, whatever. But you're playing this shit instead. Okay, so I don't think this card is good. You should not be playing that. Now you can activate another copy if its activation gets negated by Baron or something, but again, it does nothing. By that point, like if you have 2 copies of this, you probably brick that after that. Like your other cards are just useless at that point. So yeah, that is what I think about this card. I think it sucks. It's ass. You should not be playing this. But I will showcase it just to show you guys that it's actually really bad. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not like stuck up on my opinion. Like if I genuinely think that my opinion had changed on a card, I will, say that. I will say, okay, after testing, this card's actually pretty good. I was wrong about that. But this is not one of these cards, unfortunately. So yeah. We are going to showcase this card today. And then we're going to dismantle it. So let's see. Replays. Let's start off with this one against Radiant Typhoon. Also, I did not only showcase duels where, to make like Subspace battle look bad. I showcased all the duels where I, played like a decent duel and or open Subspace battle. Because obviously I'm playing 2 copies, not 3. I don't want to play 3 because this deck is already can be like very bricky because we play 3 rebirth, 2 field spells, 3 resets. These are already bricky cards on their own. So if you open these with Subspace battle, you're just mega bricking your entire deck. That's why I'm playing 2. Okay, and because I don't want to craft the other one. So, okay, we are going to set an Orgia first, and then we are going to activate Subspace Battle and see what happens. Actually, we're going to set both the Pixia and the Orgia, and then activate it. Now, if I get Jolt, I can activate the Orgia still, and then I can add a field spell with the reset. So that will be completely fine. And you can see I do have something else to actually summon these cards. So in this scenario, this card looks good. Okay, so I'm basically going to show you like where it looks good, where it looks okay, and then where it looks really bad. So you guys can be the judge of like how good this card is. This is what happens. Go Subspace Battle, reveal Tail, and the opponent has Phonics. Now, this means I don't get to add anything, but usually what I do is because I play 1 Tail, I do want to immediately search the Tail. That's one of the things that makes Subspace Battle like playable because you can add Tail immediately. And you can add all the big monsters. So sometimes it can feel good to play it, but usually it's just a horrible card. And like you can see here, like I basically just -1 for no reason. I got to see what the opponent is playing, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So now I can scale this, and if the opponent has a hand trap, I do have Orgia and the Pixia to protect me. And then no hand traps, okay, so we go release. So we grabbed release initially just in case the opponent jolt. Then we trigger the Orgia, we add the resets, and then we can still scale whatever monster we want, and then spin it back with a field spell. So in this case, we're gonna actually scale one of the weak ones that we don't want, which is Trito, and then we can rebirth it, and you can add one of the ones we want, which is Alazoni, because now that I know the opponent is on Radiant Typhoon, Alazoni actually goes quite hard with Pixia, and what I want to do is actually get double Alazoni if that's possible, and I can just snipe the hell out of him, because if you consider reset as well, you have double Alazonia banish, and then resets banishes twice. So that's 4 banishes, and then Pixia is the 5th. That's a lot of hand banishes, because this deck adds a lot. Like the monsters are gonna add, the quick plays are gonna add, all of them are gonna add. So you're gonna trigger this a million times. So okay, crazy rip off the top here. So we're gonna get another Alazonia, nice. Then we're gonna get Orgia, and then we are gonna scale it and add a reset. Okay, and now we also have the Okinaria, which we can use to grab the final card, which I think I will attempt to grab Tail, because I know he's on Radiant Typhoon. Actually, I think I grabbed Mar instead. Yes. So 2 Mars, 1 Tail, as you can see. If I got Tail, that's fine. If I got Mar, I will get Mar eventually, because I will try to go for it here. I don't think we used the Orga yet. Oh, we have. Okay. So okay, this is the final one, actually. So we wanted to grab Mar here, because if he's playing Zoodiac as well, we can flip him down to stop a Zeus push. We got the Mar, so that's completely fine. Actually, better than Tail. And then we can set and scale the final Orgia and pass. So we have double Alazonia, Orgia, Mar, and then a Pixia. This is a solid board into Radiant Typhoon. So he goes MST immediately, flip up Pixia. This is a check for Droplet. Because if he has Droplet, he actually will have to Droplet this, because not only is it going to hand rip, but also then he cannot target anymore. So eventually he will have to Droplet this anyway, right? So he might as well Droplet now. And then if he Droplets, I can go reset to flip this back face down. And then if he activates anything else that targets like FNV, I flip this back face up. And then I get to banish a card from hand. So this is a nice checkmate for Droplets. But he doesn't have it. So we banish a card from hand randomly. We don't know what it was. There goes Corsaia. Now we trigger the Orgia to pop him, and also we can trigger the Alazonia when he activates the effect. So it's going to be Chainlink 1, Corsaia Chainlink 2, Alazonia Chainlink 3. We're going to immediately add the tail for the following turn, and then trigger this to pop him. And by the way, this can be popped, because this says, cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while your opponent controls no spells and traps. It doesn't necessarily say set spells and traps, it just says spells and traps, so these are all spells and traps, right? Well, spells. So now we trigger Alazonia to banish card from hand. You guys are going to see like how we snipe the hell out from here with the double Alazonia. If we also had like Okinaria on the field, that would have been insane, because all these banishes, Okinaria just shuffles them all back into the deck, so they don't even come back to the hand in the end phase. So he's going to add the Varurun, okay. And then we're going to flip these two back down. I didn't want to wait for this one, because he did add the Varu to the hand. So if he triggered it, I do want to pop it with the Orgia. We randomly banish an MST. Now, 2 MSTs are banished. Sorry, 2 MSTs are gone. 1 grave, 1 banished. Then he goes for this. We trigger another Alazonia. Banish a card from hand. We hit the Varu this time, and then he goes for Swen. Add the Leon. Banish another card from hand. We banished one. How many cards have we banished? 3 cards. And now the 4th. And then we're going to spin it back to the hand. Banish the Chris. Okay, he scoops here. It destroys his entire hand. And if you want to Xyz summon, I can go Rebirth to flip up my Mar and flip him face down. And then we still have an Orgia as well. So, yeah, nice. You can see like Subspace really did fuck all here. That could have been something else, which is better. Even if it was Sphere Mode, I think it's even better to have Sphere Mode than that, right? Okay, game 2, we are going to have... Okay, we're going first, actually, again. Nice. So you can see I'm not losing to time like the previous video, because my timer was like at 160 and shit. Like, I have tons of time when I'm not, like, you know, explaining stuff. So opponent goes full loss here. I don't know why you do that, but okay. So immediately what we do here... Okay, I'm going to show you something insane here. And this is what I keep saying. I think people just disrespect this play, but again, I do these plays for a reason. We're going to go Orgia to summon the Leon, and then we're going to summon Pixia, okay? Some people just pass on this, and they're like, okay, well, this is just an unlikely scenario that you trigger both of them, right? Maybe Leon, but both? Probably not. It's not going to happen, so they only set Leon, right? And I've seen this against, like, other players that I play against make that play. But this is the best way to actually play, right? I could even set Atel in case I suspect Harmonia. But yeah, I keep the Atel in hand because I wanted to spin it back with the Rebirth, I think, later. Okay, nice. So opponent goes Delta in response to my Orgia. So what I can do now is I can actually spin back with the Leon. And then if the opponent goes Imperm or Veiler, I can flip up the Pixia. You guys see that? This is a game-winning play right here. Because if I did not set these, first of all, this would get hit by the Delta. And then I would basically have nothing, and I would have to pass on these 3. And the opponent still has like all of these other cards. But because he went for this, he actually -1, -2, -3, -4 with the Pixia. He will have 1 card in hand. And I'm going to have everything back in hand. Look at this insane play. I could have also like went Atel and then negate the entire chain as well. In case like he had another like Harmonia or something on top of this. But I still don't think setting an Atel on top of this would be correct. Because usually like they don't have like 1, 2, 3, like 4 hand traps. Maybe KT, but aside from this, like, yeah. Probably not going to happen. And then you're better off just keeping it in hand. And then sending it back. So what I do here is actually spin back only these 2. I keep Pixie on the field because he flipped it face up. Because of this, he cannot target. And I do want to keep Pixia applying its effect. And I can set these and pass. So it summons now, because my Orgia changed location, it's no longer in the pen scale. This does not pop the card, right? So it stays in my hand, but it gets negated. Then I get to summon all my monsters back. And he's like, nope, I'm not dealing with that today. Nice. I actually don't know what he was playing, so let's actually check. Maybe KT? Who knows? It is KT, okay. Yep. Okay. Now let's watch this one. What was this guy playing? Like Branded or let's see. Actually, I think this guy was on KT. Radiant Typhoon. He went first. Yep, that's him. Look at you can see the MSD mats as well. Okay, so here he goes. Ascendance. I have nothing, obviously, no Harmonia, nothing. So I'm just gonna have to watch this combo. Okay, so he's gonna activate the Ascension. Or Ascendance, I guess, and then pop it with the MST to trigger its effect to, I think, reset itself back. Yep. And then he's going to chain the Crusader. Crusader is going to add 2 cards. I'll speed this up. I'm not going to watch this boring combo. As the Varu, and then goes add MST, and then he's going to activate the MST, pop this again. I don't think this is once per turn. Yeah, he can just reset it again. Goes Varu to reset, and then this is all in the draw phase, guys. This guy took so long. Summons Swen, goes add Vision, and then he's gonna link 2 into the other Varu. Okay, and then he's gonna activate Vision, chain MST to pop the Vision, and then Vision. Does Vision actually trigger? No, I don't think so. He's trying to trigger the link. Yep, and then the link triggers, the Varu triggers. Oh, the Radiant Typhoon Vision does trigger. Okay. Resets the Vision, and then he is going to go into the link that shuffles back, goes Wrap here, but I think he fucked up. Did he fuck up? I don't know. Actually, yes, he's locked into wins. He can't go into this. So he should have made this his first play before he made all of these other plays in the draw phase. It does play around Joel, like the plays he made, but it also means that he can't, exceed into all of these. So, okay. Sure. He has a monster negate, he has a shuffle back, he has MST to pop, I think he has Vision to draw, and then he has something here, and then he can also get access to Phonics, I think. Okay. Just like, it's not pure, but his board is a pure Radiant Typhoon. Okay. So we're immediately going to go for Trito, because I don't care if Trito gets popped here by the Varu. No, Varu actually can pop, because he has 2 MSCs, so he can negate and pop. So he's going to chain the Ascendance, I think, instead. Yep. Then he's going to revive the Eldem. Okay. And then we're going to summon the Mar. Now you can see he's going to make tons of plays here to try to force out like a Mar, and then he can negate this, but I don't activate Mar at all. I'm just waiting here. I want to make him play into my Atoll, and then if he falls into the web here, he's just fucked. Again, he's not on like the Zoodiac stuff on his board at least. And then guess what he drew 1 and 2, by the way. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think this is a fair duel now or not? What do you guys think? Yep, that is my luck. Alright, opponent just randomly draws 1 into Maxi, so we are gonna have to give him draws here. So we're gonna go Tritos, summon the Atoll. Now we summon Leon, and now I can play the game. Finally. So if he hand traps, I can still play because I go Leon, spin back his entire field. But I want reset first, okay? Because I wanted to put up the field spell so I can spin these back without the Leon, because Leon is not gonna be able to like spin back my cards. I do want to spin back his cards instead. So the field spell would be able to spin back one of my cards. So I can spin back one of like my Mar, for example, and then these two, and then the field spell can take care of like the Leon, spin it back to my hand, and then I can still continue playing. So he is gonna chain Bandit. You guys saw that, right? So I actually let him go MST because MST popping this doesn't do anything. So I was waiting for him to go for the trap. Now he will always be into Atl, right? Because he's already channeling 3. I could have activated Atl, but now we go Mar. He attempts to negate because this would actually flip down his entire field, and then he would lose because of this. And it would also negate and destroy this. So now he would have to negate. Now I can go Atl, and then if he chains like Veiler or something, or like the one that spins back all the monsters, I go Leon, spin everything back. Let's see what he does. He doesn't respond. Okay. So Atl negates the entire chain here. He fell into the web. Boom, 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 boom. Get rid of everything. And the Mar is just gonna solo him now because all of these got flipped face down, and they're permanently face down. He can't link. He can't do anything with them. Not XCs, nothing. Now we can actually play. We can search. We're under max. Don't forget that. So we're gonna grab a release. Nice. And then we're going to grab a Okinaria because I'm actually attempting to grab Rebirth to shuffle it back. So this is not something you want in this matchup. So don't think that this is what I was actually going for. You don't want to grab Okinaria here. It's not really good in this matchup. You can maybe shuffle back some of these, turn off any gate or whatever, but it's not actually good. He has all 3 MSTs in the grave. So what we want for this matchup is going to be either Orgia is not that great, to be honest. I think Alzone is the best one. So Alazonia and Tormeria are the best ones here. Attempt to grab Tail and another Alazonia, but we're under Maxi, so I think Alazonia is okay because of Maxi. It's not great at the moment. So I spin everything back, go Tormeria, and then we are going to attempt to add a Pixia. Nice. And now we can summon everything. So we go Pixia, Mar, and then Atl, and then 1 Alazonia on the field. So I didn't think Orgia had much value here, so that's why I didn't summon it over the Alazonia, and I actually put up a lot of big monsters, because I know all of these are locked now. I have a Rebirth as well, and I can actually win here. Even through all of that, like he went first. You guys see that? Like he's just getting insanely lucky. Draw 1 into Max C, and now he randomly attacks, and he hits the Pixia. The only the only one that he needed in this case, because he probably has FNV at this point, right? Yep, there's FNV, and then he is going to pop my field spell. Okay, and then he goes Corsair, sure, and now he can add, I can actually trigger my Rebirth instead of the Alazonia. Look at this, okay? We're attempting to flip him face down with the Mar, and then if he responded to my Mar, attempting to flip this face down, what I can do is I can go Atl, and then he is just fucked. And he goes Vision here, so I just Atl this, and the entire chain is negated. But there's nothing to flip face down, which is completely fine. I still have a reset. So reset can actually put them face down if I want to. So instead of flipping up the Mar, I flip up the, the Alazonia, because there's no point in flipping this up anymore. He doesn't have anything that can be flipped face down. So we're going to banish a random card from hand. We hit the Ash Blossom. That's not great. He goes Eldum, and then he wants to link here, obviously. And then he also has a Tribute Summon as well over one of his monsters. I'm going to reset here. Reset these two, because I do want the small one to trigger, and then he plays into my Leon. So he goes Little Knight on my Atl, because he's scared of Atl here. Sure. And then he is going to go Chant. Chant is going to trigger my Alazonia. I think what he should have hit was the Alazonia. But he didn't know, I think, that I didn't have any other small monsters. And you can see, like, he was always just going to chain SP to this, so I don't get to banish a card from hand. And then it plays into Leon. So Leon actually spins these back, and now he has nothing anymore. Now, I actually accidentally spun this back, which I shouldn't have, because we were going to banish a card from hand, so this was incorrect. I shouldn't have done that. I think I was low on time. That's why I did that. So, Radiant Typhoon, Swen, sure, and then he's going to get burnt to death here. Now, this Leon's going to do so much damage. Leon is so good in this matchup, because once it's flipped face up, The damage he's going to be taking is insane because he adds a lot of cards. And then these will finish the job on the following turn. So we just win from this scenario. He has no battle phase. He goes tactics, draw 2. He takes 18 off this. Yep. And then look at this, guys. He's just fucked here. Adds another card. Also takes damage. He didn't know. It also takes damage from Grave. And he's... yeah. So max C, full board, and still lost. That's insane. I guess he timed out, but like we both know, like he would have lost the following turn anyway. We had tons of counters as well, and we added like a reset and everything. So yeah. So now let's watch this one. Okay, I think this was against Branded, maybe. We'll see. So we are gonna go first. Yeah, that is the dreaded hand that I fear. So we bricked because Subspace Battle is just horrible here in this hand, because what I can do is nothing basically. I can go Subspace Battle and add everything against Branded, and then what's gonna happen is I can't summon any of them. So let's see what I mean by this. Go Subspace Battle, reveal tail. He reveals a 0 attack monster. I don't know if he thought he can add like a hand trap off this or what, or he didn't read this properly. I don't know. But either way, maybe he just didn't have a 3k monster, so he just wanted to reveal these because he doesn't care about them. So we are gonna add tail, we're gonna add Apex. He reveals Veiler, and because he revealed Veiler and a Bell, I was thinking he was on Kewl Tune here. So we're gonna, you can see what I do here, because he was revealing hand traps with 0 attack. I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna take advantage of this and actually add a 100 attack monster off of this Subspace Battle, just so I at least have a set. And then activate Field Spell and pass. This is do you guys think, by the way, don't be like, oh, but you have Max C, like you can still win maybe. No, what the fuck? Who do you think I am, guys? Do you think I ever resolve Max C when I play my games? Are you crazy? Of course I don't. So we are going to, okay, of course he just summons Cinia here. He's on Elfnote. Then he's going to, guess what? Ash Blossom on my Max C. Yep. I really hate this card. Honestly, like, I hate Ash Blossom to the point where I would be fine with Max C being at 3 and Ash Blossom banned. Like, that card, this card and Called by the Grave are the worst cards in the game. I've reached a point where I don't think Max C is even the problem anymore. I think it's a problem. I don't think it's the problem. The problem is Ash Blossom. Imagine every Max C you use actually resolved. So in this case, I'd go Max C, it resolves. The game would just be better. Like, honestly, ban Max C, obviously, but ban Ash Blossom and Called by the Grave first, and then you can ban Max C. So he is gonna go Ash Blossom, we're gonna pop him, he goes Harmonia as well. Awesome. Now, if we had something other than, like, the Subspace Battle, I could have played. If we had, like, a small monster, that would have been nice, because... Actually, I didn't have Orgia as well. Yeah. It's just not a great hand, to be honest. Not much I can do. He would have just ashed me. So, in this case, actually, I think Subspace was just, like, a brick... Like, the hand was just bricky regardless. So, even if I didn't have Subspace Battle, or I had it or not, it doesn't make a difference. Like, I would have bricked regardless. But I don't think the card is good. That doesn't change my opinion on this. So we're gonna go for Harmonia, and I actually forget this is protecting the monster at the center zone, and I attempt to pop it. I should have popped this and then sent this to the back row, the pack pit. Doesn't matter? Of course not. Like, there's no way we survive after this, because then he goes Kewl Tune mix. Yep, and now we can summon a card from hand, because we discarded the Rebirth, which I added off the Orgia. And then we can summon a tail. It doesn't matter. I lose regardless here. He can chain link block, pop this. Again, like, there is no win count here. Regardless of what I would have done. Because this would be gone, right? But then he has all these plays, which he's not even using this card at all. Goes mix, pop my Harmonia, and yeah, not much I can do. I mean, hand was not good. So he goes JJ, and then Q. And here I'm just like, yeah, this is just game, right? Because he... is gonna go into RS. And then I think he can, yeah, he can also just negate my tail, which I trigger here, and then he just negates it. And then he makes back-to-back, I think. Does he? He makes Zalun. Yep, and then this is just game. Like, I can't solve this. Spins this back, and then attacks for game. Yep. So, not much I can do about this Subspace. It did not help. Maybe D-Barrier would have been better. What do you guys think? I do like D-Barrier, this deck. So, let's see. This time we are going to open Subspace Battle. Okay. Now, in these duels, I'm showcasing them because they're duels where I opened Subspace Battle. I'm basically showing all the duels where I opened it. Just so you can see, like, what hands I had when I opened it and, like, what happened in the duel. I lost more duels than I won with Subspace. But yeah. And even in the previous duel, when I resolved it, you guys saw where he revealed Phonics. So I also, like, technically did not use Subspace Battle because it didn't do anything for me, right? So it never actually gave me any value ever. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Oh my god, look at that. I have Max C. Do you guys think it resolves? What do you guys think? Who do you guys think I am to resolve Max C? You think I'm oh my god. I thought I got called by the grave, but it's actually Ash Blossom. I hate Ash Blossom so much. Like, it's such a horrible card. Yeah. Who do you guys think I am to resolve this shit? Do you think I'm Nesh TCG? Resolve this shit against Pack? Come on now. I'm not that lucky. Okay, Ash Blossom's my Max C. And now I have to play with a 4-card hand and no actual play. I actually have no plays here. Now, one thing you can do is you can go Subspace Battle. If they don't duel you, you can use all 3 monsters to go Rebirth, shuffle them back to actually draw plays, which is what I think I was gonna do in this duel. So let's see what happens. Okay, and I do want you guys to remember, he's doing full combo here, and then he also had an Ash Blossom. Do not forget he had Ash Blossom, okay? Because it's about to get really, really crazy here. Look at this guy. Look at this dude. Summoning a Secretarian with Buster Dragon. Okay, bro. You're actually just ass. Like, come on. If you need to do this to win, like, your deck is ass, and you're an ass as a player as well. So this is making all my monsters dragons, and this says opponents special summon dragon monsters and spellcasters cannot activate their effects. Nice. Fun game. So I'm gonna activate Leon, summon the Mar. Now we can play around this a bit because this is not a dragon while it's face down. So I can actually trigger the first effect, this one, but I cannot trigger the second one because once it's flipped face up, it's gonna be a dragon after that. And this says cannot activate. It doesn't say it's negated, right? So immediately you activate this. This is gonna resolve, and then it cannot activate the secondary effect. So we're going to set Mar, and then we are going to go Subspace Battle. So I attempt to add Tail, and then it works. We add Atl, and then we add another Atl. So why add 2 Atls here? Because I wanted to go Rebirth. If I don't go Rebirth here, and I just activate this, and then add like Pixie or whatever and pass, I lose the duel. If I attempt to make this, I might have a chance to actually play. But look at this. Delete the game or what? What do you guys think? So this guy, by the way, Ash Blossom, Joel and Lockbird, this Floodgates, do you guys think he's done? We'll see. So Joel and Lockbird, now I can't Rebirth and my entire hand is dead. So then he goes Ecclesia, okay. I trigger the Mar, he goes FNB, pop it. Actually, FNB revive the Albas, and then summons Ecclesia. I'm gonna set Atl. I cannot use Atl because I added these 3 off of Subspace Battle, so I can't use them for the rest of the turn. Goes into Albion Sancts. Okay, look at this, guys. Do you guys think this guy is good at the game or no? What do you guys think? Subspace Battle allowed him to reveal Ra's Disciple to mill it because it gets popped and then revives itself, right? I mean, sends itself to the grave. So now he just goes Albion Sanct and revives it. This guy plays Ra's Disciple, Buster Dragon, Secretarian Dragon, Joel and Lockbird, and Ash Blossom. How many Floodgates, guys, for him to be able to beat like a fucking machine deck? Well, technically Dragon, right? But like, how many Floodgates do you need with a base deck like Branded, and you just reduce Branded to a shitty, horrible deck? Just Floodgates Turbo. Look at this, guys. Now, if you don't know what the Ra's Disciple does, it says cannot be tributed except for the tribute summon of Cyber. So I can't even tribute summon over it with these. And then the other thing is you cannot special summon monsters except by the effect of Ra's Disciple. So I'm locked out of special summoning. All my monsters cannot activate. and then I can't tribute over it, and I'm drolled. Do you guys think this guy is good at the game or not? This is his ID if you guys want to report him or something. Like, yeah. I don't know what to do. Look at this, guys. Beginner, duelist, casual. Yeah, I mean, I can tell. Alright, well, I'm gonna scale this. Now, it is quite weird, but you can actually activate this in the pen skill, even though you use SUBSPACE battle, because this says, for the rest of the turn, neither player can activate the effect of monsters with any of the revealed names. This is not a monster anymore, it's a spell. So you can use the effect to pop spell, which is why I scale it, okay? Does it matter? No. I 100% lose. Okay, he's gonna fuse with me. Go Titan, we are gonna go tail pop him, and then we go Leon pop him. And then we are gonna activate field spell, set, and pass. Yep, I literally cannot play the game. Also, SUBSPACE gave him the fucking Rod's Disciple to make that play. So partly it was also my deck's fault because of SUBSPACE battle. So it's not even like helping me, it's just working against me at this point. I don't know what to say. Yeah, so again, I think the card sucks. I'm gonna dismantle this in front of you guys so you guys actually believe that I'm not just saying that because I want to be right. I do think this card sucks. Let's get rid of both copies here. Okay, and I will never play that shit again. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and saw how this card fucking sucks. And yeah, I do think like you can just play 42 at this point, or just add like 2 other cards which can be like board breakers. You can add like a 3rd FNV if you want. There's a lot of like better cards to be playing. SUBSPACE, it definitely should not be taking these slots up. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.